So earlier this week, MaxBlizz.com uploaded this article about some potential plot leaks for Spider-Man Brand New Day. So obviously this is a rumor. It's not true whatsoever. So don't believe it. Don't believe it. Right? So we're just here to talk about it. Right? So a lot of people have been talking about this rumor. So I kind of wanted to talk about it as well, give my opinion. Also, I haven't really read the full thing. I've only kind of heard other people's thoughts on it and seen some stuff on Twitter, so I really wanted to read it. But this author has been credited for being a little bit credible, so that's why we're entertaining it. So let's take a look here. So we have this little cover image. A new leaked report from Marvel Spider-Man Brand New Day reveals some major details about the movie, which features Peter Parker, Tom Holland, and his graduation from MIT. Now I know this takes place 3 years after No Way Home, so that wouldn't even be his graduation. It would be like the middle of his MIT career, because when we last saw him, he didn't even have a GED. I don't know how you're gonna get to MIT if you have no school records whatsoever, and I don't even know how you're gonna get to MIT if only thing you have is a GED. So anyway, according to a new leak, Peter Parker is accepted into MIT under a false identity after the spell from Spider-Man No Way Home. Quick thing, think it'd be really fun if the false identity was named Ben Reilly or Kane Parker. Just a little Easter egg, something fun. The university has a secret lab called the Helix Division, which specializes in manipulating the DNA of super beings. Okay, why? We got Spider-Man, we have Hulk and Punisher right here. Meanwhile, Bruce Banner, Mark Ruffalo, works there as a consultant, unaware that his research is being used to create gamma symbiote hybrids. That's an awesome sentence. Gamma symbiote hybrids is an awesome word. Wow. I don't know, man. That's the thing that's getting me about this and then the next paragraph, because it's like, I don't know if they'll do that, right? Especially like, I mean, right now for Symbiote, I mean, I thought we were all kind of like, yeah, Secret Wars, Secret Wars, right? Yeah, that's when you do that, right? But I don't know. We've been hearing a little bit about the Symbiote having some involvement, but like, I don't know. I just don't think it. Obviously, I want it, right? If you know me, Black Suit Spider-Man is like my favorite. I need this in my life immediately, right? But I don't like at this time. I think Brand New Day needs to really focus on, Spider-Man himself. Not the other arcs that he has in his career, I guess. But I don't know. It's weird. Mark Ruffalo, back as Bruce Banner is awesome, and I know Savage Hulk is going to be really, really cool. But he works there as a consultant, one of the greatest minds, and the superhero, the Incredible Hulk, is a consultant at an MIT lab. That's where he is. I don't know. I don't know. That whole sentence is like, what? The villains, Scorpion, Michael Mando, Tombstone, Marvin Jones III, Boomerang, and Ramrod, I think Ramrod is Tramel Tillman, emerged from failed Helix Project experiments. That sentence makes sense, right? We've been hearing so much about these specific villains, and we know we're going to see them in some capacity. Where did they come from? How did they get their powers? That is a great way to solve that. Now here we go with Sadie Sink. Sadie, I'm sick of her, bro. I'm so sick of her. Sadie Sink is reportedly close to being confirmed to play Shathra, which we've talked about in our last video, who arrives at MIT disguised as a student named Annabelle Adams. We talked about that was her working name, officially, using a human body as a multiversal anchor. Right, so here's where it gets crazy, right? Buckle yourselves in. This sentence is not. This next two sentences are not for pretty people. This is the most nerdy sentence. If you understand this, you are a nerd. She manipulates quantum energy experiments to keep a dimensional rift open. Shathra studies Peter's DNA because his totemic connection to the web of life could stabilize her existence in Earth 616. What? What? That's so weird. That's such a weird. Like, I just don't see them wanting to include, like, the spider totems and the web of life and all that science and whatever. I don't see them wanting to have to explain that to general audiences. That's something that's so kind of niche and controversial in the world of Spider-Man itself. And I just don't know if they would want to bring that. That's like doing the Clone Saga. Nah, that's a little bit better than doing the Clone Saga. Actually, I wouldn't mind the Clone Saga. I have an idea for the Clone Saga, and I think I should write it down and make a video for you guys about it. But anyway, it just doesn't seem like something that would just happen right now, you know? Let's move on. Throughout the movie, Peter discovers MIT files mentioning Project Spider-Man, related to arachnid energy research. That, I don't doubt. Somebody trying to recreate the radioactive spider that bit Spider-Man? Yeah, happens all the time. The black symbiote that appears in Mexico was originally a sample stolen from MIT. No, it wasn't. Nope. That's not the origin at all. We all know what it is. He came from the Sony Spider-Man universe, from Carlton Drake's lab. That's where it came from. It came from Venom, Eddie Brock. You know Venom, right? That's where the symbiote came from. It wasn't a sample stolen from MIT. What is it doing there? What is it doing at a bar? What is a single smudge of symbiote doing at a hotel bar in Mexico? Bruce Banner detects anomalous gamma readings connected to Peter and the symbiote, prompting him to investigate secretly. Okay. What is that? Okay. The Punisher, aka Frank Castle, John Bernthal, arrives in Boston following a trail of murders linked to MIT alumni employed by military contractors. Frank finds out that MIT is using prisoners as test subjects for its nanotechnology experiments. Is he gonna get a nanotech Iron Man Punisher suit to fight the Hulk? Okay, but let's go back to that. Arrives in Boston following a trail of murders linked to MIT alumni employed by military contractors. Okay. I would suspect that this could be our main, like, that's something that just seems like super, like, real, right? Like, what if Tremel Tillman is actually playing like Miles Warren and becomes a Jackal and is murdering people, right? Cloning people, murdering people, right? So that seems like something that would be true. When Peter tries to hack the MIT network, Shathra reveals her true form to him, showing visions of the multiverse and the totemic web. Punisher and Peter initially clash, but later team up to destroy the Helix laboratory. Bruce Banner is injured while trying to contain a dimensional energy breach caused by Shathra. Shathra manages to capture fragments of the symbiote and merges them with MIT technology to create biological drones. Now, so let's just think about this as a second. If this was real, I'm sure on screen it would look and sound a lot better than this article, right? No offense to my guy, you did a great job. Thanks for writing this. I appreciate you. But I'm sure it would be a lot better translated onto a movie, right? Like, if this was the movie, I'm sure it would be good. Now, is this the story that I exactly want? No, not really at all. But to be 100% honest with you guys, I don't believe this is true. I think a couple, key elements from this are true, but then I think a lot of the other ones are red herrings. I really think I think Shathra might be a huge red herring. I don't know if the real villain of this movie is going to be Shathra, but we'll have to see. Like, we got a lot going on in the next couple weeks. We're supposed to get a Avengers Doomsday trailer. in the premiere of Avatar Fire and Ash, which is pretty exciting. I can't wait to break that down with you guys. That'll be so weird. But what do you guys think about this? This is so weird. Let's actually look at this. Here's the new synopsis for Spider-Man Brand New Day. After the world has forgotten his name, Peter Parker Holland begins a new chapter in his life, balancing college classes, part-time work, and his responsibility as New York's friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. But when a mysterious force begins to unravel the city from the inside out, Peter finds himself caught between powerful enemies, old legacies, and unexpected allies. As shadows from the past creep into his present, he must redefine what it truly means to be a hero on his own. That's a pretty cool synopsis. But like when I think about that, and I think about what I want this movie to be, I think when it comes to unravel this, a mysterious force begins to unravel the city from the inside out. Peter finds himself caught between powerful enemies. That's like Mr. Negative to me, right? But that's just me. That's just what I really want from this movie. But you guys let me know what you guys think about this plot leak. Do you guys actually think this is something that could happen in Spider-Man Brand New Day, or do you guys think this is complete BS? In my opinion, I think there could be some truths to this, but personally, I wouldn't want to see this. But again, I think if this were to be the actual plot of the movie, it would be translated a lot better on the big screen. I've actually been able to sit down and start writing a little bit more, so I have a lot of great stuff for you guys coming on the horizon. So stay tuned, subscribe, and thanks guys.